a group of explorers decided to investigate an old abandoned ruin in the middle of the desert. As they walked through the interior of the place, they began hearing strange sounds coming from a lower level. Curious, they moved closer to check it out, and that's exactly when something disturbing is captured. Watch closely.
بسم الله لا إله إلا الله أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات.
وش ذا؟
ما أدري. ها؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والله العظيم طال شعره يا هذه. طال المسامات. وله.
Before they even fully point the flashlight downward, something suddenly appears. A dark figure quickly crosses the field of view and disappears almost instantly. It happens so fast that it's hard to even understand what passed through there. Later, while carefully analyzing the footage, they realize that the dark shape doesn't seem to be a person or any ordinary animal. Some believe it could simply be something carried by the wind inside the ruin, but others recall old stories from the region about jinn, entities often associated with abandoned places, an illusion, a coincidence, or was something really there? A woman shared a video that quickly started gaining attention online. That day, she was out walking in nature with her daughter, enjoying a quiet moment while recording a few memories on her phone. The atmosphere was calm. Everything felt like just another ordinary outing. But suddenly, something unexpected happens. The girl reacts in a way that immediately sends a chill down her mother's spine. Watch closely.
Cuando sales a caminar y te encuentras con un cuerpo.
¿Qué pasa?
No sé qué es.
Mi amor, su pajarito. Ven.
Como un cuerpo.
¿Qué?
Como un cuerpo.
¿Viste un cuerpo? ¿Un cuerpo de qué?
Vi un cuerpo real.
¿Dónde?
Yo sentí eso.
No hay nada.
Suddenly, the child runs toward her mother, visibly terrified. She's shaking, scared. Not understanding what happened, the woman asks her daughter what she saw. The girl's answer is simple, and at the same time disturbing. She says she saw a body. Confused, the mother asks again, trying to better understand what her daughter means. But the answer stays exactly the same, a body. Even as she tries to calm the girl down, something clearly doesn't feel right. They keep walking for a few moments, but then, suddenly, the child panics again and runs off, as if she had seen something that no one else there could see. Later, once they're back home, the mother decides to ask again about what happened out there, and the story the girl tells is unsettling, to say the least.
Pasé por acá y paré porque había un círculo gigante tapado con una arena negra, o sea, marrón.
¿Pero qué viste ahí tú?
Y luego entré ahí, luego vi un cuerpo, yo estaba así nomás. No sé.
Pero como un cuerpo, hija.
Y luego vi un cuerpo que se movía solo.
¿Qué?
Que se movía solo.
¿Cómo se movía? ¿Un cuerpo de qué?
Ah, una persona.
¿Un cuerpo de una persona? ¿Un cuerpo de qué?
Viva. Muerta.
Estaba así.
During the conversation, the child once again begins describing what she saw. According to her, it was a body, but then something strange happens during the recording. At one point, the girl suddenly looks off to the side, as if she's looking at someone standing there. Her expression changes completely. She starts to look frightened and soon begins to cry just from talking about it. The mother tries to stay calm, but something clearly seems wrong. Could it be possible that some kind of presence followed them home? Many people believe that children are more sensitive to things adults simply can't perceive. And when a child says they saw something, maybe we should pay a little closer attention. Amusement parks are usually associated with joy, adrenaline, and great memories. But sometimes, a simple visit can turn into something far more disturbing than anyone expects. That's exactly what happened in a strange video that was posted online. At first glance, it seems like nothing more than a normal recording of a day at the park. But some people believe that the footage may have captured something that wasn't supposed to be there. If you have the courage, watch closely. In the footage, a group of friends can be seen sitting on a park ride, apparently having fun. At one point, the person filming turns the camera toward himself and his friends, capturing everyone's reactions while the ride continues moving. Up to that moment, nothing seems out of the ordinary, but that's exactly when something strange begins to draw attention. Keep a close eye on what appears in the footage. A woman suddenly appears, smiling directly at the camera while sitting on the ride. The unsettling detail is that just a few seconds later, she simply disappears. And even stranger, she never appears again anywhere else in the recording. Who was that woman? And more importantly, where did she go? The video was posted in 2008, and since then, no one has been able to find a convincing explanation for what appears in the footage. But there's one detail that makes everything even more disturbing. Some reports claim that years earlier, a young woman had lost her life in a serious accident on that very same ride. Was it just a coincidence? Or did that recording capture something far more unexplainable? To this day, the mystery remains. On October 21st, 2021, a strange video began circulating on the internet. In the footage, a woman is at home with her young daughter. Everything seems normal until the girl starts talking to someone. The problem is that, at that moment, there was no one else inside the house. Confused, the mother calls her daughter over, and that's exactly when something disturbing happens.
Lorelei, come here. Lorelei, who are you playing with? What are you doing?
As the girl walks toward her mother, something appears in the background of the recording. A dark shadow seems to move slowly behind her. When we look closely, it becomes clear that it doesn't resemble a normal person. The shape looks more like the silhouette of something unknown, as if some presence were there interacting with the child. What makes it even more unsettling is that the mother doesn't notice anything at that moment. The detail was only discovered later, when thousands of people watched the video. And to this day, no one has been able to explain what truly appears in that recording. A man who works at a funeral home was going through what seemed like just another normal day on the job. At least, that's what he thought. While carrying out his usual tasks, something inside the building started to feel off. Small noises, movements that were hard to explain, and a constant feeling that he wasn't alone in there. That's when he decided to pull out his phone and start recording what was happening.
Pues aquí platicándole lo que nos está pasando aquí en la Fune, llegó un cuerpo aquí a pues embalsamar, lo están preparando, ya lo terminaron. Pues, se han estado escuchando cosas raras, se han empezado a ver pues así como sombras, como no sé, algo muy raro que normalmente no pasa aquí. Pues está solo, como podemos ver, no hay nadie. No hay nadie. Y pues se han estado escuchando así como que cosillas raras.
The man says he's frightened by the strange events that have been happening inside the place, but he had no idea that something much worse was about to happen. As he walks through the silent corridors of the funeral home, something unexpected occurs.
Miren, como tenemos rato escuchando ruidos aquí en esta zona. Si vemos, pues está solo. Y creemos que pues hay algo aquí, porque pues se empiezan a mover así como que medio raro. Miren. Miren cómo se mueve, miren. Miren cómo se mueve. No hay nada. Está mi compañero, pero pues si vemos estamos solos.
Suddenly, the lid of a coffin begins to move on its own right in front of him. Not understanding what's happening, the man slowly moves closer. Even though he's clearly scared, he decides to open the coffin to check inside. But when he looks in, there's absolutely nothing there. The scene alone would already be enough to leave anyone completely terrified. But the story doesn't end there. A few days later, the strange events started happening again. This time, the man decided to record once more what was going on inside the funeral home.
Estamos aquí en la funeraria, otra vez, con ruidos raros. Entonces, pues, está solo. Ahora sí. ¿Cuál pinche que se ve? Que nada. Estoy solo, a la chingada. Estoy solo. A la chingada.
According to him, things like this had never happened in that place before, but everything supposedly started right after a specific body arrived at the funeral home. Recently, a very intriguing recording started gaining attention online. It was shared by a man named Antonio, the owner of a cabin rental business in the region of Mazamitla in Jalisco, Mexico. The place is well known for attracting campers who are looking for peace, quiet, and a close connection with nature. But on one particular night, something completely out of the ordinary happened. While standing outside one of the cabins, Antonio noticed something strange. A light inside the cabin started flickering repeatedly. The unsettling detail is that, at that moment, he was certain he was completely alone on the property. And that's exactly what makes the situation even stranger. In the footage, we see Antonio carefully watching the cabin. The light inside flickers several times, and with each brief flash, something seems to appear inside. A dark silhouette shows up for just a moment, and then disappears again. But it doesn't look like a normal silhouette. There's something about the shape of that figure that creates an extremely unsettling feeling. Curious, but also visibly nervous, Antonio decides to move closer and investigate.
Y sí me da miedo, espérate. ¿Y alguien? No hay nadie. Ve, no hay nadie.
The tension grows as he enters the cabin and begins walking through the interior. Step by step, he checks every corner of the place. But then comes the strangest part of all. There's no one inside. The cabin is completely empty. No sign of a break-in. No indication that anyone could have been hiding there. One curious detail is that Antonio normally uses his social media only to promote his cabin rental business. Posts like this simply aren't the kind of content he usually shares. And that raises an unsettling question. If there was one inside the cabin, who or what was appearing in that window? A quiet night was suddenly interrupted when a man heard his dog barking desperately in the backyard. The animal seemed to be reacting to something outside. Concerned, he turns on the outdoor light and starts recording. But what appears in the footage is something difficult to explain. The dog keeps barking non-stop. Right beneath a tree, a figure dressed in white can be seen sitting on a swing. It slowly moves back and forth, but the most disturbing detail is its eyes glowing intensely. Suddenly, the figure jumps off the swing and turns directly toward the camera. What exactly was that presence? An illusion or something far more sinister? On January 19th of this year, in the city of Jerusalem, a religious ceremony was taking place as usual. People were gathered together. Prayers were being said. It was a moment of faith that seemed to be unfolding just like any other. But during the recording of that gathering, something unexpected ended up being captured.
И по хотениям от несущих твоей жертвы приведы всяческое твои удержания.
As the ceremony is being filmed, a glowing figure can be seen appearing in the background. It slowly passes behind the people taking part in the religious moment. For a few seconds, the figure appears to be walking normally, but then something difficult to explain happens. Suddenly, it simply disappears. It can clearly be seen moving in one direction, but strangely, it never appears on the other side, as if it had vanished into thin air. The video quickly began circulating online, drawing the attention of thousands of people. Many believe it could be a genuine divine apparition. According to some comments, something supernatural may have manifested at that moment, perhaps as a response to the prayers that were being said there. But to this day, no one has been able to explain with certainty what truly appears in that recording. A group of young people were driving along a road in the United States when something caught their attention. On the side of the road, there was an old laboratory that had been completely abandoned. The building looked empty, forgotten for years, but there was one curious detail. That place had once been used as a filming location for a TV series that became famous all over the world. Driven by curiosity, the group decided to get closer and take a look inside. At first, it seemed like just another ordinary exploration, but only a few seconds later, something very strange happens.
There's no way. There's no way.
You thought it was crazy.
There's
It's
no
moving.
way
I can see.
that
It's closing.
It completely shut. That guy rolling up the window. It completely shut. The car is started.
Did you see it? She didn't. Oh my god. Oh my
It's
god.
opening,
Look, it's opening again. It's opening
Get
again.
on video. Get on video.
Somebody record this.
I am.
This is paranormal experience.
There's no wind either. Like you can just look at the trees right now. They're not moving at all.
Completely abandoned. No wind. There's nothing in there.
Like you can look at the plants, the tree, nothing is blowing. It's
Alright.
just opening.
There's no explanation for that. It's also so irregular that it can't be like
It's opening. It's opening. It's opening. No, f that.
No, it's opening fast and wide.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Oh my
That's the
God.
widest it's opened.
That fast too.
What is that?
It's opening and closing.
You're gonna need to send me that
You're
video.
filming this? Okay, thank God.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I need to know the history of this place.
Is that a person?
Yeah, we're gonna save ourselves. Don't worry.
What is that?
What is what?
Do you see that?
Oh,
Look at my
there's definitely
phone.
something moving inside. No, I see it.
What is that?
I see
Is
it.
that a person?
Is that a person?
Why does that looks like a person? I'm looking at JC's phone. It looks
Looks like a
in there.
person.
I'm looking at his phone. It's literally a figure.
While they're looking into the building, a door suddenly begins to move on its own, slowly, as if someone were pushing it from the other side. And that alone would already be enough to make anyone uncomfortable. But then the situation becomes even more disturbing. Moments later, a strange figure can be seen inside the building. It remains there, completely motionless, standing still, almost as if it were watching the group directly. Frightened by what they were seeing, the young people decide to leave immediately. Later, they all said they couldn't find any explanation for what happened that day. There was no strong wind that could have moved that door like that, and certainly no one who could explain the presence of that strange figure, which seemed to be there simply watching in silence. A woman was at home, sitting in the living room with her brother. Tired, he eventually fell asleep on the couch. Finding the moment funny, she grabbed her phone to record it, just to tease him about it later. But that simple recording ended up capturing something very strange. Something that, to this day, no one has been able to explain. In the footage, the young man is seen sleeping peacefully on the couch. Everything seems normal, but in the back of the room, something catches attention. Standing in the darkness, a strange figure appears for a few seconds, motionless, as if it were watching the scene. Soon after, when the camera points back to the same spot, there's nothing there anymore. The figure has simply disappeared. Max believes her brother's apartment might be haunted, but to this day, no one has been able to explain what truly appears in that recording. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching. And before you go, check out the video on your screen right now. It might be even more disturbing than this one.